So there's a fascinating article yesterday in the Telegraph magazine that talked about the risk of catching and dying from COVID. And it simply stated that if you're over 80, about 1,500 per 100,000 people will catch and die from the virus. But if you get to be 5 to 9 years old, it's only 0.1 person per 100,000 that would actually catch and die from the virus. So as we've known, it's very, very age dependent and health dependent. On top of that, when you look at the entire 72,000 deaths recorded by Public Health England due to COVID, 700 of those are from healthy individuals under 50, like me actually. So you really see the massive discrepancy when it comes to age. Now, obviously, the vaccine is being prioritized for people in that older range. And by spring, everyone over 50 should have that first or second dose of the vaccine. And so Professor Chris Whitty of the SAGE Committee came out in that article and said, well, at some point we need to find out what are acceptable levels to live with of this virus. He said, every year we accept 7,000 or 20,000 flu deaths. He said, every year there are 1,700 motor accident deaths. If we start vaccinating the older people, we have to start looking at this as something we live with and then ask ourselves, is it then time to open up the economy? And it's very good to hear that these conversations are being had, not only with senior members of the Conservative Party in Parliament, but also with scientists like Chris Whitty and potentially Sir Patrick Vallance. These are hard questions, and again, you have to give them hard answers. But the truth is, if we start to vaccinate this population and understand, as it always has been, this is a high risk for people that are older, with comorbidities, for people in bad health. We need to encourage people to get healthy and then take the ones that are healthy and find a way to open up this economy once again. I'm curious for your thoughts. Please leave your comments below. Do you think we need a timetable about when we can open things up? Is it spring? Do you think we need to really start thinking about this focused protection model where we isolate and protect those that are elderly, those that are unhealthy, and get everyone else back and functioning so we can get our children educated, we can actually pay for the NHS, we can get the economy going again, which is how we can keep this country so great. So please leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. It's always fascinating to me when we actually use the numbers coming from Public Health England, because there's not much dispute of that data, and it clearly shows a discrepancy between healthy people under 50 and elderly people, which is one of the reasons that, you know, my dad and my mom are quite happy self-isolating where they're at right now in California, and I'm quite happy that they do it. It's a choice they make based on their own parameters for their health and their own risk aversion. And I encourage everyone to have the right to make that choice, but I think we need to be able to make those choices and also choose to educate our children, choose our mental health, choose to free up our NHS for other more critical procedures, and choose the right to have your livelihood. Choose the right to be able to go where you want and open your business and get back to life as you know it. So leave your comments below. I think we need to have these discussions, use the science, a proportional response to the virus, some new leadership. Let's take London, the UK, and hopefully the world in a new direction.